Yeah. Roof Logix Florida.
Florida's climate is notoriously unforgiving. Between the daily torrential downpours, the heavy standing moisture, and the corrosive, salt-heavy air blowing in off the coast, exterior surfaces take a relentless beating. When we look at a driveway or a pool deck, we see a massive slab of gray stone. It looks permanent, heavy, and maintenance-free. But look at the microscopic level, and that illusion disappears. Concrete is actually a network of interconnected tunnels and structural voids. It acts much less like a solid rock and much more like a hard sponge. Because of this hidden structure, Florida weather physically forces water deep into the slab, driving a process of invisible structural decay. When the sun bakes a wet concrete slab, it rapidly evaporates surface moisture. As that water escapes, it creates a powerful microscopic vacuum inside the porous structure. When the next storm hits, capillary action aggressively drags rainwater, mold, and pollutants deep into the concrete's core. This moisture carries a destructive payload, dissolved salt or chloride ions, which embed themselves directly into the foundation's deepest layers. By the time you notice dark stains, mold growth, or a dull, chalky surface on a driveway, you are looking at the final symptoms. The actual contamination has already severely compromised the interior. The traditional response to this problem is primitive. Contractors simply paint a topical, film-forming chemical sealer across the top of the slab. This creates a solid barrier designed to block rain from above. Physically, it's like stretching a non-breathable plastic lid over a wet sponge. Flora has an exceptionally high water table. Ground moisture and water vapor are constantly pushing up from the soil, traveling through those exact same capillary channels. That rising vapor hits the impenetrable topical sealer and gets trapped. As the sun heats the slab, that trapped moisture expands, building intense pressure until the plastic coating inevitably bubbles, peels, and flakes away. In high humidity climates, barrier methods do not protect the concrete. They actively trap moisture and accelerate surface failure. A superior alternative comes from GoNano's Concrete Saver. Instead of a surface plastic, this relies on a proprietary liquid blend of silane and siloxane nanoparticles. These molecules are so small that they bypass the surface entirely. They slip deep into the concrete's capillary network, flowing directly into the microscopic voids rather than sitting on top. Once inside, they trigger a chemical reaction. The nanoparticles bond directly with the walls of the pores, permanently altering the internal surface tension of the concrete. This technical cross-section shows the result. The untreated top block absorbs water completely. The treated block below has become fiercely hydrophobic, repelling water and salts. Because this is non-film forming, pores remain fully breathable. Ground moisture safely evaporates as a vapor without damaging the seal. True protection is achieved by changing the concrete's internal environment, not by painting a temporary shell over its exterior. Projecting forward 10 to 15 years, the primary function of this nanoscale defense is the prevention of major structural failure. By locking out liquid water, the treatment functions as a highly effective chloride screen. It cuts off the delivery mechanism for the corrosive salts blowing in from the coast. Without that salt, you eliminate the deadliest threat to reinforced concrete. Normally, infiltrating chlorides attack the internal steel rebar, causing it to rust and expand in size, which literally tears the concrete apart from the inside out. Blocking moisture and chloride ingress proactively stops this internal corrosion, preventing pitting, scaling, and severe cracking. Halting molecular infiltration is the only scientifically valid way to guarantee macrostructural integrity against Florida weather. Driveways, expansive patios, and pool decks are high-value financial assets that are notoriously expensive to replace. The reality is that waiting to treat concrete until visible wear, discoloration, or cracking appears means irreversible structural damage has already been done. Surviving the Florida climate requires abandoning DIY surface coatings in favor of professional preparation and deep penetrating nanotechnology. Secure a professional inspection and embrace true structural preservation with Roof Saver Florida.